Hey everyone, CDD Reviews here. I am CDD and this is going to be a review specifically of the new Hinds album, Leave Me Alone. Hinds are a all-female rock quartet from Madrid, Spain, and this is their debut full-length commercial project. It is following the singles they dropped in 2014 that got quite a bit of buzz from publications like Enemy, Pitchfork, and Consequence of Sound, and even the attention of Mr. Patrick Carney of the Black Keys. So given that, there was a early access stream put on by NPR, and the fact that it's labeled garage pop, I figured I'd check this out for my first review for this channel. And unfortunately, I can't say that I'm that into it. As a matter of fact, it's kinda very underwhelming and messy. Now this album is about 12 tracks in length, about 38 minutes long, and unfortunately they also sound, for the most part, homogeneous amongst each other. There's not really a lot of deviation amongst the formula Hinds are working with, and you can tell this by the demo-ish feel it's going towards, which isn't inherently a bad thing. It's not garage music in the same way that Fiddler is like garage rock, where it's like really dirty and really visceral. It's more like third album era Velvet Underground was garage music, or early Beatles was garage music. It's more like pop rock or alternative rock with a lo-fi sound to it. So yeah, if the production were better, this would be much more tolerable. I would actually enjoy this project. Unfortunately, I do not, like I said. But there's a few tracks on here where this production works, like Solar Gap, which is an instrumental, goes well with this psychedelic feel to it, this really sweet feel to it. But honestly, I think the worst thing about this album is the vocals. You got Miss Carlotta and Miss Anna both singing really mediocrely and very amateurish. It just doesn't flatter what's going on with this album at all. The very first track, Garden for example, they're out of pitch and they are very disharmonized amongst each other, and not even in the best way possible. And that's the thing, that's like a lot of other tracks on this album, like the second track, Fat Calmed Kiddos, or And I'll Take Your Flowers Back, or Bamboo. The list just goes on and on and on amongst the 12 that's already on here. The few that work though, they're either just features just one vocalist and the other one's playing second fiddle, or they're not really skewering over each other, like songs like Easy, Castillas, and Granero, where in the chorus they're trading lines instead of just singing over each other. Or I'll Be Your Man, which is really sweet and probably one of the only harmonized tracks on the album, vocally anyhow. But as far as the instrumentation is concerned, no complaints really. I'm not wowed by it, obviously. There's no single track on here that is great, just passable by garage rock standards or pop rock standards. You get a composition that sets the stage for these vocals and this production, and you just write it out for however long the track needs to be, and the average length about like 3.5 minutes, I'd say. I mean, Bamboo has an interesting bass intro with some slide guitar worked into it. And again, the track Castillas and Granero would sound like a barn burner, which it translates to in Spanish, if it had more viscera. Actually, all the hard-hitting tracks like Garden, to an extent San Diego, needed this kind of viscera in order to stay interesting, keep this whole album interesting, but they don't. So by default, that makes the sweeter tracks the better tracks in the album, such as Easy, And I'll Be Your Man, and Solar Gap. But instead, we get this really passable instrumentation with vocals that are more miss than hit over this demo-ish production. This album is a mess, and it really doesn't need to be. That's pretty much my thoughts. I'm really indifferent to this project. It's okay, it's just not at all for me, really. Kudos to an all-female band from Spain, getting as much attention as it has, despite the fact they're just now releasing a debut album. But I can't say that it's going to be something I'm going to be returning to often. On my scale of -3 to 3, this is a +0.4, so greater than 0, less than +1. It's okay. Check it out for a few tracks. don't be surprised if only a few tracks are like the main highlights of this project. But if you did check this out, let me know what you thought of it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your reasoning for loving or hating it? And what do you think I should check out next? There's a lot of albums coming out in the next couple weeks. This is C Double D Reviews, signing off.